Namaste and welcome to Path to Anandam self-healing sessions, energizing and balancing your chakras. With Guruji's blessing, Swami Hariharji Maharaj, we are here together to balance the energy within ourselves through chakras. With his blessing, we are here together this morning. I'm Satya Kalra, your host and founder of Path to Anandam. With Swamiji's blessings and his guidance, whatever you see on this page, all the bestsellers on Amazon books, this session, all is being guided and blessed by him, giving the presentations wherever he guides me, he takes me with his Sushma Sharira, with his powerful energy. I'm being guided and asked to do and deliver and get together with all of you. So thank you very much for joining. And today's session is number 5 of the chakras. It is for self-expression and truthfulness. With this 5th chakra, throat chakra. The contents of today's session, balancing the energy in 5th chakra and developing and learning the self-expression and truthfulness. So we will discuss briefly again what are chakras, chakras and their relationship with biological systems. Though it might seem repeated, but giving the background is very, very important. And what balance the energy in our chakras, and especially today, the 5th chakra, our throat chakra, Vibhuti chakra, and benefits and meditation. And before we go further, I have been asked to show this each time. So I think it's a good idea to just refresh our memory, what energy we are talking about, where is this energy situated in the body, and how it moves upward, and how the person is sitting straight, which is very important so the energy does not get blocked. So see how the energy is flowing from the tailbone to going all the way up, uniting us to the ultimate Param Dham, Paramatma's house with higher energy, the supreme energy. So chakras. See, these are the 7 doors to our spiritual awakening. And I call it, these are the 7 floors. Just consider that the 7 floors of our life. And every floor we move up and up and up, and they have different names. All these floors have different names. But so today we are on the 5th floor. We have already reached and crossed the first 4 floors. And our last week's session was heart chakra. And these chakras, the sacred energy, the gateways, when they are balanced, we are healthy, happy, and peaceful, and united. Experience the Satchitananda, But at the same time, when they're imbalanced, how to balance them and why to balance them. But these invisible energy centers, 7 doors to uplift ourselves. And each floor, each door, each chakra has a psychic power, which people can call it as a siddhis. But whether you want it or not, but when you start energizing the chakras, then you automatically get that psychic power. But our goal is not to stay on that floor and enjoy that psychic power, but we should further move up and up and up until we are united. And this force is the one which will help us to unite, which actually takes us to our highest conscious level. That's why they're called the doors to supreme consciousness. These are the wireless connection because we cannot see them, but we can feel them and how it connects, these connect to our body, mind, and our highest level, the supreme, the Paramatma. So these are the 7 doors to healthy, happy, peaceful mind, body, abundance. And this energy is situated, dormant form, which is called Kundalini, in the very bottom of the tailbone, which is called Muddhara Chakra or root chakra, which is the foundation. And then it gradually moves up, up, up to all the way to the highest floor in our body. There are more than 100 chakras. Some people say 108, some people say 114. There are many, many, many chakras, energy centers in the body. But within the body, this is the summarized in the 7 chakras. But around our body, above our body, there are many, many chakras. And through this center nadi, the Sushumna nadi, which is situated in the spinal cord, in the center of the spinal cord, in the hollow form where the energy flows. But also it is guarded by 2 other nadis, which is a Pingla nadi, which is called the sun nadi or the heated nadi, which gives us the heat in the body. And then the other one is Ida nadi, which is called the moon nadi, which gives us a coldness in our body. But if we are too cold or too hot, then it creates a lot of imbalance in the body, diseases. Therefore, this energies and the heat temperature in the body should be equal to 37 degrees all the time, which is maintained through the Sushumna nadi. And here you can see नाड़ियों का जाल बिछा हुआ है body में. See the web of the nadis, where we can experience it, even if it touches part wherever we feel some extreme sensation. Like suppose that 1 drop of hot water drops on our hand or our finger, all of a sudden our body feels it, our mind feels it, because our body is overtaken. It's all these jaws, nadis, and actually it is called, we have a 72,000 plus nadis because which have been seen by our rishis through meditation. So why chakras are important? How do they relate to our physiology of the body, our health, our mind, our soul? But first, before we get into the soul part, we have to feel that what is going on in our body. We have to know that. So this is the immune system. This is the endocrine system, which I mentioned. The reason I say immune system, because lately everybody talks about immune system due to Corona. We all become aware of immune system. But every gland is important in our body because these glands secretes hormones, enzymes, biochemicals in the body, and they have to be balanced. And how they could be balanced? When these chakras and also these glands are healthy. And as you have heard these names before, testes and ovary are master of the fertility area of the body. Pancreas, which takes care of the sugar level, causes the diabetes if it is not balanced. Adrenal glands, which is responsible for our calmness and also the nervousness, which gives us the blood pressure high or low, depending on the circumstances and the balance and the strength and the health of our adrenal gland. Thymus, which is the responsible for immune system. And here comes the thyroid. Metabolic system is mastered by thyroid gland, which is located right here in the throat. And then the pituitary gland, the master of all the glands, which controls all the other glands functions. And then the pineal gland, both pituitary gland and the pineal gland control the rhythm in the body. Like sometimes the body shakes, the hands shake, all that it comes from these glands control the rhythmic power of our body. When we move our hands, we move our eyes, all this rhythmic power. And if somebody gets they call it lakwa, or then these glands are not performing their function properly. So that's why we call that our body, mind is slave of our endocrine system, all of these glands, and the energy they get from all these chakras, where they are located right adjacent, right on the superimposed. See how each one is situated. So see this throat chakra and thyroid gland are superimposing here. Here you can again see it. This is where the thyroid glands are, and this is where the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, is. So what imbalances our chakras? Our chakras supposed to be healthy. Then we are healthy. But when they are imbalanced, the energy is blocked. It means they need the cleansing, deletion of all the unwanted things in the system in our body, which could block our energy. And those are the causes and the symptoms. When we are feeling negative, feelings stressed, fearful, angry, guilt, hatred, jealousy, attachments, too much I-ness and minus, mera, main, ego, attachment. These are all result of imbalance of the chakras energy. And the symptoms we see the symptoms, but the other symptoms are we become very impatient. We want too many things in the world. When we are upset, something goes wrong, we start blaming others rather than taking responsibility of ourselves. And all these things give us physical problems like blood pressure, insomnia, many diseases, which means we are at dis-ease. Dis-ease means diseases. We are not comfortable, and we face a lot of physical problems. And when we face a lot of physical problems, our life gets imbalanced. And when at that time we cannot make the proper decision. We don't know what is good and what is bad, what to do, what not to do. We are confused. And then we do things which we are regret later on. And we feel very unhappy. So this is just a simple summary of the mental and physical stress and issues. Stress, insomnia, depression, toxins in the body. As I give the example, Arjuna, when Arjuna got stressed out due to the attachment with his family, that he's going to kill them, he forgot that he was a Kshatriya warrior who supposed to fulfill his responsibilities. Because as a Kshatriya, he's supposed to protect the society, though he may have to get involved with the war, but he forgot. His body was flooded with stress, toxins. He lost his memory, who he was, and his negative attitude, negative thoughts that he's not going to perform his duty. And he goes back and he sits on the back of his chariot because he was so disturbed. And this has happened to all of us in daily life. We can all relate to it. So goal of our self-healing through energizing, balancing the chakras, because self-healing are many different ways one we can do it, which we will talk later on. But by balancing the chakras energy is very, very important. And these are the goals here. You can see it again, these chakras. And first of all, far most important is it eliminates the pains in our back, neck, joints, heals our heart, not just from resentment, but on the physical heart as well, relieves the stress, balance endocrine system, eliminates the negative emotions, become our own healer. That is the goal here, to become our own healer. We run to doctors for everything, but let me tell you, your immune system gets so strong. And impact of the external medicines also, and I can give you good examples. And it's not that I'm bragging about it, but I got my 4th booster last Monday. And I had three previous injections for the COVID. And with blessing of God, with chakras, whatever you want to name it, and I did not get sick even a one day. And I heard from many people that they got sick due to boosters and due to first shot and all that. So I'm so thankful to God. And all these balancing chakras, energizing does help. It prevents, you become your own healer. Anytime something comes, you just sit down, focus on that area, meditate on it, and it just disappears. So, and also it gives us achieve of a higher senses. So we do feel healthy, happy, and peaceful, and experience ultimate anandam, satchit ananda. That is the goal of chakras meditation and energizing and healing ourselves through chakras. We have spoken about previous 4 chakras. So very first chakra, the Muddhara Chakra, has 4 petals. Elements is earth. Deity is Ganeshi. And it gives us the functionality of that chakra is that it gives us a stability, security, awareness. But if it is imbalanced, the organs which are near that chakra all suffer through diseases or emotionals. So all these chakras, as you can see, they are located in a very important part of the body, which I have shown it before as well. And so all these organs, bladders, colon, legs, lower back, which is affected with the poor energy, weak energy, and then we feel fearful. But when we are secure, when this chakra is healthy, we feel secure, calm, and develop faith. The similarly, second chakra, the Swadishthana chakra, has the 6 petals, water element. Brahma is the deity, which means we become very creative. And with balancing these chakras, we balance the 5 elements in our body, like earth, water, and it Swadhisthana chakra affects ovaries, testes area, also the kidneys, renal system. But if it is balanced, then it gives us self-gratification, self-control, and make us very creative. Third chakra, the Manipura chakra, which has 10 petals, yellow in color, fire element. So here, the heat is balanced in our body with energizing this chakra. And the Vishnu, the maintenance of the world, is the deity. And it gives us the courage, self-esteem, and pancreas and sugar levels are disturbed if the energy is imbalanced in our Manipura chakra, which is also called the solar chakra because it is relates to the heat. And if the problems are there, our whole entire digestive system, ulcer problems, diabetes, lungs, kidneys, nervousness, resentment, all these problems comes. But then if it is balanced, we feel so self-confident. And the fourth chakra, which we spoke last week, the heart chakra, the element is air. Shiva is the deity. Now we are going from this tamasic nature of the first 2 chakras to the middle chakra, which is the Manipura chakra, which is the Rishis in nature. And now it comes to the sattvic nature. And we are going, so we are on the 4th floor now, moving upward. And love and compassion is a function of this chakra. And thymus gland, immune system is affected if the energy is weak, blocked. And the problem then comes heart, lung, high blood pressure, lower immune system, and a lot of stress. But when it is balanced, then we are filled with love and compassion and forgiveness, and our function, our adrenal gland functions properly. Our thymus gland works properly. And now we are on the 5th floor, 5th chakra, 5th door to our consciousness, which is called Vishuddhi chakra, throat chakra. Sound, which is a deity. Shiva is the deity. Sound, Akash, is the element. So now we got all the 5th elements in the body, which gets balanced by energizing these chakras. The function of this chakra is communication, self-expression, also the listening. And the thyroid gland, the metabolic system, is affected by when this chakra is imbalanced. And the effect of that is we have a poor communication, thyroid gland is imbalanced, depression, shoulder and neck pains. But the beauty of that is that when it is balanced, we communicate well, we express our feelings well, very gently, we are truthful, and have a positive attitude and develop the patience. So why throat chakra, and what is the relationship of throat chakra with thyroid gland? This thyroid gland affects the woman more than men. 1 out of 8 women are affected one way or other due to the thyroid issues. Sometimes we are aware of it, sometimes we are not aware of it, but with the symptoms, we can become aware of it. So it says, the study shows, WHO and CDS shows that the 20 million Americans are affected. And some people say 1 out of 5 women. Here it says 5. So study keep changing, little bit variation. But regardless, it affects us very badly. So what are the symptoms? When our chakra energy is imbalanced in throat chakra and affects our thyroid gland. So sometimes it increases or secretes more hormones like TS4, TS3. There are all the biochemical names of that, TSA, etc. But if they get secreted more, then it is called hyper. And if it is secreted less, then they call hypothyroidism. And what happens when it is not secreting enough hormones? Energy is blocked. Then we feel more tired. It's a weight loss or gain. You hear from a lot of people, my thyroid is imbalanced. So then those people, even you see them that they do gain weight. The skin gets dry. We feel more itchy on our skins. Hair loss or hair dryness. And constipation is another problem with this one, along with the very first chakra, but this also affects. So it affects our moods, relationships, you name it. One chakra's energy is imbalanced, the whole body is imbalanced. But here we are talking about thyroid one especially, so you can see it, all these symptoms are. Thyroid is such an important gland in the body. All our glands are very important, but thyroid is the one which, is responsible for our digestive system, metabolic system. Whether our system digest foods over metabolizes, and many people try to gain weight and they still cannot gain weight due to this problem. Or some people gain so much weight because of that, or imbalances their body. So that's why it is very, very important to balance this chakra. So what are the characteristics of these chakras? This is a seat of divine voice. Please listen to this divine voice, not a regular voice. Bhagwan ne humko has given us this gland, mouth, to speak like God will speak. But we speak sometimes not even a human being, not even insan ki tarah, shaitan ki tarah. But we have to use our voice like Bhagwan. And this is the throat. It is located in the throat. This, as I mentioned before, that it is element is sound, deity is Shiva, and metabolic system is responsible, or thyroid is responsible for the metabolic system. But when it is disorder, poor communication, when we are nervous or we are upset, and when we speak, our sentences are broken. We cannot even put a complete sentence together because we are so upset. And we speak so fast, or sometimes we become so quiet. This is all because the energy is blocked at that time in this chakra. And of course, the thyroid gets imbalanced. Then we develop ulcer. Also, when this chakra is imbalanced, we get acidity in our digestive system because the energy is blocked. And feel the pain in our shoulders and neck. But look at this. The beauty of that is when it is balanced, we can express ourselves so beautifully. We can communicate so effectively. We become very honest. Even if we try to lie, we won't be able to lie. Our attitude is positive and we are very patient. So what does this chakra do? It chakra help us not to lie, but truthfulness. And it is in sattvic nature. So now we are on the 5th floor, 2nd floor of the sattvic nature. And look at the energy. If it is active, how the energy flows. All the chakras supposed to be having in motion, like chakra, Sanskrit word is chakra means motion, or motion means chakras. So these chakras supposed to be in motion. And if they're not in motion, that's where all the commotion comes and all this red color you see, all these difficulties come. So now, how do I know the status of my chakras? I have to ask that question. Am I honest? And we are talking about, again, this throat chakra here. Do I express myself and communicate my thoughts to others well? Do I have that capability? Do I have positive attitude? Do I have any problem with my thyroid, throat, shoulder, neck, any symptoms you feel? And of course, from the thyroid gland, then we know that there are some issues. So how to balance the energy? What are the remedies to balance these chakras? As I mentioned before, food, good sleep, massages, some other therapies like crystal therapy, Reikis, etc. Doing yoga, asanas, pranayam, which is very, very important to balance our chakras. Meditation and affirmations. So we should avoid giving the negative messages to ourselves, and then of course, prayers. So food is very, very important because we are talking about the digestive system today. So each chakra, according to their colors, we can balance with that particular, we should eat that particular color of the food at that time more. For example, here we should eat all colors of the food, like here, red for the root chakras, very first chakra. So red vegetables and fruits like carrots, red potatoes, and radishes, tomatoes, red berries, pomegranate, strawberries, etc. For the orange, for the second chakra, there are the orange, I named them. It is actually, this page is from my book. So here is for the orange, like mangoes, carrots, squash, pumpkins, yams, melons, etc. For the yellow, and we all know about it. It's just showing it here, but here is the list of those food also, like yellow lentils and corn and bananas and flax seeds, sunflower seeds. Green, and for the heart chakra, lot of salad, all kind of salad, kale, spinach, green fruits. And for the throat chakra, fruits, juice, herbal teas, and blueberries, etc. And for the next two chakras, which we will be talking about it again, these berries are very important, and now they are in season, so we can actually take advantage of it with all color of berries. So what does Gita talks about? How does Gita helps to balance our throat chakra and help us to develop self-expression? Very first thing, Samvade. Krishna Arjun Samvade at end of each chapter, which says there should be a discussion, not an argument. Lord Krishna and Arjuna, one was speaking, another one was listening. Though Arjun was depressed, he was upset, Lord Krishna was still smiling, because the conversation was coming from soul to soul, and Lord Krishna understood where Arjuna is coming from. So rather than arguing, there was one person was speaking, another person was listening, and it was a purely discussion, not an argument. So the message here is whenever we are talking, we should use that basic technique how to communicate with other people. And we should be very truthful to it. Arjuna was very truthful. He accepted it. His body cannot function. Similarly, we should not, due to our ego, we should say, okay, I can do it, but later on we cannot do it. Things like that. Our ego does not or prevent us to accept the truthfulness of our situation. So what it says, thought, speech, and action, warning, or vakya, or action, all should be aligned with each other. So whatever we are thinking, we should be very honest about our thoughts, our speech, and our action. And then it comes silence. Silence is one of God's vibhuti and divine quality, as Lord Krishna says in chapter 10:38, that Moni, I am silent. He claims that he is the one in silence. He himself says, I am the informed. If you really want to experience me in difficult times, just be silent, listen to your inner voice, because inner voice speaks to us. And who is speaking to us at that time? Our supreme consciousness. Lord Krishna is speaking to us. So that's why the moon is very, very important. And he not only, he says how to speak. We should speak the satyam. That's why it says the truthfulness. How we should speak. We should speak anudvekaram vakyam. We should speak very pleasantly. Use this voice as a divine voice, not as a bashing voice. And then it says, Tulya ninda sthitit moni. That's the time when somebody really blames us. We get very upset and we speak angry. We get very angry, and sometimes we lose our voice, etc. So this is where it says, Tulya ninda sthitir moni. These are the 3 times this moni word has come in Bhagavad Gita. So basically it's saying, under whatever circumstances you are, you should be at that time, instead of getting angry, become mourn, and then you will man prasadam sumatvam. Then we will experience the supreme happiness, eternal happiness, because sumatvam, we will be at the equanimity. And then our mind becomes so pure, bhavishuddhir, we are so pure and we are positive. So that's where it comes man sumatvam. We become very equanimous, and equanimity is almost to the end of the hour, reaching to our Param Dham, experiencing Satchit Ananda. So it says, many times people say this, if we become silent, then other people overpower us and it is a sign of weakness. But it says also, open your mouth only if what you are going to say is more beautiful than your silence. So silence is not a weakness, but the sign of wise. And it says that silent and smile. Again, smile is also a part of the throat chakra. Are 2 powerful tools. Smile is the way to solve many problems, and the silence is the way to avoid many problems. So benefit of it, we already spoke about it. We become very truthful. Other benefits are all there. We become very free. We have more self-esteem, which we already spoke about it. Our psychic power opens up. We can make the decisions. We learn to forgive more. But on 5th chakra today, we become more honest. Our thoughts, our speech, and our action is aligned. In other words, our body, mind, and soul is connected. And when that is connected, we are balanced and we experience Satchit Ananda, love, peace, Anandam, union with supreme power. We experience who we are. The purpose of life is achieved and we feel moksha, nirvana. So here is again, today is the 5th day. Very first day, we develop self-awareness. Then we control our emotions, our senses to the sense objects. Then we learn self-discrimination, what to do, what not to do. And then here it says the love and compassion. And today we develop our self-expression, truthfulness, and we learn how to communicate, how to do the samvad, and how to stay, when to stay silent and when to speak. So thank you very much for joining Path to Anandam series, and especially today, energizing and balancing your throat chakra.